So probably the most controversial video I will ever do. But I don't think fibromyalgia is a real condition. It's not even a diagnosis, it's a process of elimination. They test you for other things and then go, oh, well, it's probably this. In fact, my rheumatologist wrote on my notes the first time he ever sort of, let's say, diagnosed me with it, probably fibromyalgia. And as I've got to know more people over the years, I set up a group on Facebook that has around 10,000 people in it, and I've listened to their stories and how they found out they had it. And I definitely think that doctors need to do more studies. They need to learn more about it, what causes it, and how to treat it properly, because a lot of the time they just fire cocktails of drugs at you and hope for the best. If you think back to the times of people being diagnosed constantly with IBS, every time somebody went to the doctors with a stomach problem in whatever shape or form it may be, you've IBS, you've IBS, you've IBS. That's all we heard for so long. And then all of a sudden people were getting diagnosis of Crohn's disease, celiac, ulcerative colitis, diverticulitis, things like that. Because they'd done more studies, they were able to learn what was really going on with these people, so they were able to help them more. And I feel like that's the same with fibromyalgia. I also think a lot of people who are coming away from having had COVID, with long COVID, they're also, if it had been at any other time, they'd have been told they have fibromyalgia. If it wasn't for COVID, that's what they'd have been told. I imagine that over the next decade to 20 years that more and more things will come out. I also know a lot of people who have been told they have fibromyalgia to go on and be told actually it's lupus or it's MS. Also, I see a lot of similarities with hypothyroidism along with fibromyalgia. So while our illnesses are very, very real, I think we're being fobbed off with something. It's a bullshit diagnosis because they don't actually know. There's studies being done around the world where some are saying it's nerve stuff, it's to do with the blood, or it's genetics, or it's this, or it's that. And I think as time goes on, they will actually find that so many of us are actually suffering from different things. But we all definitely have something wrong with us, something that's causing excess pain, fatigue, and all of that. But it's not what we're calling it because we don't actually know yet. And I think that's one of the worst things about it, that we don't actually know what's going on properly yet.